Hello, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon, and assalamu alaikum to everyone all of out there. And sorry for being late as we were having some technical disruptions. So once again, we are back with the webinar month as we promised, and today is the most weighted and most requested webinar, which is for MBBS. And with me, this is Abrar Sheikh, Marketing Director. And with me is Dr. Jahid. He's from Associate Professor from University of Cyberjaya. And today our topic will be explore your career with MBBS at University of Cyberjaya. So we will be going for about like 35 to 40 minutes presentation. And then right after that presentation, I will be having some Q&A session with Dr. Jahid. And I will be covering most of your frequent questions, which I receive from students and parents so that you can get an idea about what is it. And then if you have any questions or any queries or any messages, please feel free to drop a comment on the live chat box, or you can send a direct message in all of our live platforms. Okay, over to you, Dr. Jahid.
Thank you very much, Brother Abrar Sheikh. And I would like to really convey the gratitude and the gratefulness on behalf of University of Cyberjaya towards your company, TGS Study Steps. And it's really an honor to share the platform and let your audience to know the inner beauty and the content we have in University of Cyberjaya regarding our MBBS program, and as well as we are going to offer another 23 courses. So I'll going to discuss briefly about University of Cyberjaya towards your community. So may I can start my presentation with your due permission?
Yes, please, Dr. Jahid. Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay.
No problem.
Assalamu alaikum, and I would like to welcome all the audience connected with TGS Study Steps. And once again, I would like to thank Brother Abrar Sheikh to giving me the opportunity to represent my university at your community. So, okay, without further delay, I would like to start my presentation. So here you can see the front view of our university. We have in total 17th floor. Along with that, let me present our university profile in Asian level, where do we stand, and in QS world ranking, where we are qualifying at this moment. So rightly in front of you, you can see in South Asia, we in the parameter of top university ranking, we rank around 600.
Excuse me, Dr. Jahid, I think your screen, have you started the presentation? Just share the screen.
Okay, I think I do share again. Again for technical errors. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see now. Perfect.
Okay. So normally, if you have a heavy rain in Malaysia, sometimes internet disrupting. I'm staying in a very high-rise building, very top floor, so that sometimes I can have the little bit of internet disruption. So here you can see the front view of my university, which is University of Cyberjaya. In total, we have 17 floor, and I think few hundred thousands of square surface area we are providing for education facility towards our student. And I'm very delighted to represent my university profile with the audience. So to begin with, I would like to share the impact ranking in 2020. In Asian region, we rank within top 600 university, and we have filed and we are qualifying for the QS world ranking, and the predicted outcome from the QS authorities within it will be top 1,000 to 1,500 ranked university in the world. So I would like to give a virtual trip in my about my university. So let's begin with this. As you can see from the virtual presentation, we have ample arrangement of facilities, infrastructures, and all the states of art facilities and modern all the equipments required for the undergraduate and postgraduate student. To acknowledge our standard at the university, uh, Ministry of Higher Education in Malaysia has ranked us at the 5-star excellent university. For your further information, I would like to mention in Malaysia, Higher Education Ministry categorize all the higher learning institute in few steps. At the topmost is the 6-star, few 2 to 3 very old public universities are there. And second tier is the 5-star excellent university category. So we belong to like some other overseas, satellite campus here like Monash, Taylor's, Cyberjaya, all are in, SETARA 5 or 5-star university. So if I compare, and I would like to request the parents to go in details about the fee structure, our contemporary university, they are providing, and we are providing, being the same standard of university. So QS ranking by the Impact Global Ranking, they judge our employability. I'm very proud to mention that our all MBBS students secure 100% job, whether the local Malaysian students or all other international students. So any graduate, from MBBS faculty, employability for them is 100%. We have done our survey very recently. We collected all data from our alumni, and I'm really, really very proud to mention some of our alumni already became a specialist, super specialist in Malaysia and also outside Malaysia as well. They also judge us in terms of facilities, inbound facility and outbound facilities. They also really considered our external collaborations, partners, and other stakeholders associated with us. Inclusiveness, we are a really multicultural university. You will see students from international, approximately 15 to 12 countries. We have a well blended local students. So every students coming here, they're really going to feel they are at their home. Teaching Cyberjaya is known for their teaching excellence. If you really get to know about this university, it's really, really high impact university in terms of teaching standard we set. Now, saying so far we have produced almost 12 batches of MBBS doctors, that is approximately 1,600. And all these 1,600 doctors are placed in various hospitals. Some of them become renowned academicians, international students, they qualifying for many important qualifying exams like Student Medical Counseling qualifying exam and USMLE qualifying exam, and they secure residency in those countries, as I mentioned, to Australia and also to United States. Further, I'm very delighted to mention we are also a postgraduate university. Along with the MBBS and undergrad teaching, we also do supervise research mode and in some other postgraduate courses with the mixed mode. We are providing approximately 8 to 10 postgraduate courses. And Alhamdulillah, we have produced more than 250 masters and PhD students so far by the date. Okay. So now at the university, as I said, our niche area is medicine. However, we also provide foundation courses that going to, train or prepare your kids for medicine, pharmacy, and some other allied health sciences, likely psychology, physiotherapy, biomedical engineering, medical assistance, homeopathy, and so on. So as per your desire and as per your choice, you will have a wide range of health and allied health science based courses with us. There's the one point to note with us: we are not like having engineering courses, architectures, all that. So our all focus in health science and medicine only. So we are pioneer, we are expert in health and allied science related subjects. Okay, so I would like to give a quick glance on the entry requirement for our program. So if somebody want to enroll into foundation program, the standard international O level or equivalent of O level or IGCSE, they are welcome to enroll into our foundation program. Students from Southeast Asia, if they have done SSC and if their CGPA is around 4, they are also welcome to enroll into our foundation program. Okay, so I think Cyberjaya city is very well known globally. Is like very alike of look alike like Silicon Valley in USA. So you will have the all modern life amenities and facilities in this city. And another very important thing about Cyberjaya is very secure. It's a cyber city. Every inches in the cities is under security surveillance. So your kids going to be absolutely secure in this place. Now, Faculty of Medicine acceptance and integrity is much more dependent along with your home country, how many other external countries they are acknowledging your program. So far, Alhamdulillah, we have secured the recognition from MCI or Medical Council of India, Maldives Medical Council, Bangladesh Medical and Dental Council, Jordan. Very soon, we are going to securing a Medical Council recognition from Sri Lanka. And if I'm not mistaken, we already applied few of the Gulf and African countries as well. So what I try to say here, our program is well accepted, well acknowledged outside Malaysia as well. So let me take the opportunity of introducing our Honorable Vice Chancellor. He, by profession, he's a medical doctor and specialist surgeon, and he got super specialty in spine surgery. He got 50 years plus experience in medical field. He used to work with UK and Ireland. He was to be a VC in a public university in Malaysia. Now he's VC for this university for last 7 to 8 years. So we are really very proud with his presence and with his wisdom and his charismatic personality. He's leading the university from the front. Now I would like to introduce our faculty leader, which is the Dean, Major General Professor Dato Muhammad Zain Bidin. He is a retired Major General, and I think most of you know, if a medical doctor is out of ordinary in their career, they honored with the rank of Major General. So I have the opportunity, and I find myself very lucky, to be trained, monitored, and mentoring, under him. So, law and order, student priority, any issues, he is the best person to deal with. And with his, kind of very strict and disciplined governance, the Faculty of Medicine is one of the exemplary in Malaysia. Now, I think I have discussed before about the foundation entrance criteria. Now, I would like to mention about the MBBS or bachelor level of entrance criteria. So either you can take the foundation route by L level or SSC matriculation equivalent track, or you can complete your L level. And if you have CGPA in biology, is that compulsory subject along with the chemistry, physics, and math. If you have 3 subjects, you are fine enough, but CGPA all should be minimum 3. So in your biology, chemistry, and physics or math, either you should have all B or 1A, 1B, or 1C. Here's the one interesting point to know that if you have 2C, I'm extremely sorry, you cannot be considered for the medicine program. So biology is a compulsory by Malaysian Medical Council and Ministry of Higher Education. We do also recognize South Australian matriculation program and any other international equivalent program, required for any other international institute. So before I jump into the bachelor program in details, we would like to mention we are going to be a research university so that the global impact and also, recognition as a, research university is going to be much more significant in upcoming days. Now, we divided our research clusters in February in several clusters, likely pharmacological science, cardiovascular science, physiological science, behavioral science, disaster and relief medicine. I think we are the only university in Malaysia who teach separately as a discipline disaster and relief medicine. We are very prominent in public health sector and also medical education. Previous in 2020, our university awarded lecturer is almost 1 million Malaysian ringgit with the research grant. We have secured 3-star, Myra or research star by the Malaysian Medical Council and also Minister of Higher Education. Now, I would like to give you insight why you should consider Malaysia and specifically University of Cyberjaya for your kids MBBS program. So I would like to highlight what are the benefits, what are the difference you have from your own native country. So firstly, we are integrated spiral curriculum. So what does it really mean? So we have 5 years program. It is outcome based, integrated and spiral. It means each topic, each chapter, each semester is interlinked with each other. So the syllabus is running in such a way, student has a very minimum opportunity to forget what they have learned last semester, even in last week, because always there is some residual syllabus they have to carry over. So like any other standard medical program, we have divided our medicine program in 2 basic steps, preclinical science and clinical science. Okay, why it is unique and why you should send your kids for integrated learning? Because it is involving rather than one-sided lecturing, is interactive. So we always ask students how much they know, how much they have learned before, and how to correlate with the present class. And most of the time we emphasize student-centered learning. So student, they share their experience, they share their knowledge, they learn by their own experience under the guidance of the very experienced and well-qualified teachers. We do arrange a lot of molecular science laboratory methods in the practical sessions. We have very highly high-tech computer-assisted simultaneous learning laboratory. We also have wet lab where the student can be trained for histology, histopathology, and microbiology. Clinical teaching, they're going to start in year 1 with the simulated patient, is mostly regarding the history taking and also, handling with the mannequins and dummy patient. But 3rd year onward, they're going to place into the public hospital in Malaysia, and they will be trained in all public hospital. Here, one very significant point to note, although University of Cyberjaya is a private medical school, but the hospital posting going to be in the government hospitals, which is very unlikely in India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh. If you enroll in a private school, you have to finish everything into the private school. But here, only year 1 and year 2 study with the medical school. 3rd year onward, you're going to post in a public hospital. So this is our internal simulated patients, mannequins. Here, year 1 and year 2, all the trainings we are going to conduct. Okay, so our graduate, empower with the knowledge, practical skill, which is very essential for their professional skill, but we also taking care of their effective characteristics or extra human quality, likely thinking and scientific skills. They are very well in communication skills. Our students are very efficient in social skills, teamwork, and responsibility. They empower with the values, ethics, and professionalism, information management and lifelong learning, managerial and entrepreneur, because all these skills incorporated into our syllabus. So each semester, they are not only going to taught and train by their academic subjects, but also we incorporated some of the soft skill subjects like language study, history study, and also entrepreneurship study, so that when they become graduate, they become self-dependent, they become an entrepreneur. And most significantly, they become a good leader into the community. So all this skill is well blended with our academic program. Now let me show the MBBS program structure. So as I mentioned earlier, we divide into two basic phases. Firstly, it is basic medical sciences, which comprise year 1 and year 2, and total 4 semesters will be there. Then year 3 and year 4, we call them junior clerkship year 3 and year 4. And finally, the final step, year 5. So semester 9 and semester 10 is going to be placed there. So like any other country, our program is 5-year MBBS program. So if there is any doctor parents, if they want to explore further details, what are the modules, what are the blocks we do teach from year 1 until year 2, it is mentioned here. So gradually our student start from the semester 1 with behavioral science, general anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and early clinical and professional development. Especially in semester 1, we only teach them communication skill with the patient and some basic history taking. In semester 2, students are exposed to some paraclinical subjects like microbiology, pathology, pharmacology, and one systemic module that is musculoskeletal system. Along with student now, they start taking some systemic clinical examination like history taking on hypertension, cough, respiratory system, and some others. Semester 3 onward is all system-based modules, so cardiovascular, respiratory, hematology, and so on. So at the end of year 1, year 2, they have to sit for a professional exam. First professional exam, if they complete, they move to year 3, which is very identical like with Indian Medical Council, Bangladesh Medical Council, Sri Lanka, and all that. They follow the same kind of pattern, but the subject organization is different. Here in year 3, student going to start most of the major clinical posting, as for example, internal medicine, gynecology, surgery, pediatrics, and so on. So once they finish all the block and they have to complete their all block finals, they can move to year 4. So here they will have all the minor posting and also emergency medicine posting. So, it is very interesting to note that our student exposed to research and evidence-based medicine, they have to conduct independent research project from year 3 until year 4. In year 5, most of the major posting, they do third rotation, especially internal medicine, gynecology, and surgery. However, they also starting, posting second time for pediatrics and orthopedics. So what I try to say in 5 years program, there is a very well planned training and education going on about preclinical science and also about the clinical science. So after year 5, they have to appear into the final professional exam. Now, all the international students, if they complete final professional exam, they will be awarded with the provisional Malaysian Medical Council certificate. After that, they have to complete internship program. Then they can qualify for the getting full Malaysian Medical Council certificate. Our MBBS program is 206 credit, which means students graduated from here, they don't have any obstacles to sit for Australian Medical Council qualifying exam, Canadian Medical Council qualifying exam, and few of our students already qualified for British Medical Council qualifying exam. So here, all the hospitals is all nearby Kuala Lumpur. So our students usually placed in very well-equipped, modern, and up-to-date hospitals. We don't send our students very far away from Kuala Lumpur. The reason, the city hospitals are very well-equipped. Most of the legendary professors are here. So students will be trained properly in these hospitals. Here, I would like to mention a very significant, and parents should really care this portion of advantage of University of Cyberjaya. Here you can see University of Cyberjaya hostel, and just opposite within 15 feet, I think 10 years, walking distance from hostel to Hospital Cyberjaya. You guys can Google it. And our campus within 3 kilometers. Some students even they can walk and 24 so office hour shuttle bus service are there. So within office time, frequent bus services from hostel to campus is free for the students is there. So very minimal maintenance cost regarding transportation for the students. And Cyberjaya is well known for international food hub, Moroccan until Middle Eastern, Asian, all kind of cuisine you guys going to get here. So I believe with the study, with the clinical practices, you guys not going to be bored over here in the city. Now, why you should choose University of Cyberjaya? There is another very important reason. We are a very low density, student lecturer ratio in Malaysia. So here, one professors or teachers responsible for only 4.3 students, where MMC MQ requirement, it can go for preclinical science 10 and for clinical science 8 students. But we almost double the ratio so that we can have a very close look on the students. We really can follow and monitor their progress. And if any students, lacking extra care, we provide that. If students need any extra mentoring, we ensure that with the student. Like any other country, hospital bed ratio for each student in each posting, they should complete 5 patients survey. Okay, if one student placed in internal medicine for 1 month posting, so each week they have to complete minimum 5 case observation. So they have to note it into the logbook, and their consultant and their professor going to explore further details what they have learned. So we have enough hospital beds facility as well. So saying so, I think I have established enough and I have justified enough reasons why a parents should consider University of Cyberjaya for the future, for building the future of their kids. And I would like to open the session for any questions, any query, any curiosity about the University of Cyberjaya. Thank you very much, brother. I have done.
Thank you, Dr. Jahid. Thanks for wonderful, I would say, wonderful presentation, and just giving us a great insight on what is University of Cyberjaya, how was it built up, and what are the qualities of University of Cyberjaya. And in the end, but not least, I would say that what is the specialization of University of Cyberjaya. So this is what mostly students and parents, they get confused. Well, because most of the institution in Malaysia, which is offering MBBS program or Faculty of Medicine, except one university, other universities, they have all kind of faculties. So which
Yeah,
makes them
mixing of
really,
subjects. So we don't
yes,
know where is their focus.
exactly. So it makes them divert. So, and then they can't focus in. So this is what I can say that is a very good and the best objective what University of Cyberjaya is
And
taking.
actually, running engineering faculty by a private university is very, very challenging. It needs a lot of budgets. So for us, the advantage, we do not have our own hospital. We do not need that. Malaysian government don't permit that. So although they're enrolling into a private medical school, but their 3 years training going to be in the government hospitals,
Yeah.
which is beyond imagination in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India. So that the information most of the parents they don't know. So we save a bulk of our budget and investment for the practicum of the patient, our students. We are lucky, our students, just next door hospital Cyberjaya, hospital Putrajaya, hospital Kuala Lumpur, these are all within the finger grips.
Yeah.
So that is the very big opportunity for the parents to explore.
Yes, you're right. I mean, that's very good, and it's very, it's very challenging as well, because in back in what the countries you were naming, like in back in Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India, it's very hard to get your right clinical experience, and then the clinical experience, the ratio what you have mentioned is quite a lot. It's like, if I'm not mistaken, is 1:15. That's the average ratio in a good university hospital. But over here, as what you said, is 1:4.3. It's very amazing. And you get you get what you are paying to learn for. So it's like
Yeah.
what you pay, you get to know your hands-on and that. I would just like to know one thing, Dr. Jahid, is this that
Sure.
do University of Cyberjaya like have cadaver or something for the.
Definitely, we have. Yes, yes, we have. So all this we put in preclinical science. So cadaver, histology, all will be coming under anatomy department. And pathology, we have internal and external experts. They will train the students under light microscope, fluorescent microscopes. And
Mhm.
another big advantage of University of Cyberjaya, we do not have only the collaboration with the hospitals, but we do have collaboration with some of the big research institute in this country, like Genome Institute of Malaysia, some of the very big research organization in this country. So our master student, we can really place them into those well-established lab, government lab. So I link with one lab. I send my student. Even I do some of my project. The lab equivalent of 400 million Malaysian ringgit. The value proposition, all high-tech facilities are there. The lab itself will be few kilometers if I really had the opportunity to show you. So it's not only undergraduate, whoever they complete the postgraduate, and it can be a complete package for the parents. The same for undergraduate until masters they can complete. For PhD they can go to any developed country.
That's wonderful, and that's a really good advice and suggestion you have given. And when it comes for MBBS, so as we mentioned that it is 5 years program, and then upon completion, the student will be getting the scroll awarded by University of Cyberjaya. And as I believe, the international students are not allowed to do housemanship in Malaysia, right?
Because Malaysia housemanship is a paid government job, even
Mm-hmm.
Malaysian themselves have to wait sometimes 6 months to 1 year to get place. So at this moment, there is a bindings by the law, but students can take, actually there are two things. There are some students who will prefer for academic, like becoming a university professor. If they decide so, they do not need internship. After MBBS, they can go for master's program or PhD program. Then they can be a university teacher. So being a medical doctor, you have very wide range of employability. You can be a researcher, you can be employed in any pharmaceuticals company, you can be employed by any university as a researcher because you have a background of medical degree, and also you can be a consultant or clinician. So only student who decided to be a consultant or clinician, they have to go for internship in their own country. Moreover, I would like to add on that, because culturally, Indian, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and Sri Lankans, is from the same area. We
Yeah.
do have some of the collaboration and MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with few medical universities in Dhaka. We are also working on very closely with the Maldives. So if I believe the first ever medical university in Maldives, if they establish, is very soon coming. They also going to be one of our strategic partner. So now it's a global, it's a global village.
Yeah.
We really arrange housemanship like one student from Africa. And if you want to work and get the experience of hospitals in Bangladesh or in Maldives, we can do that.
Okay, that's very wonderful and very great to hear about that. And I just want to add on this. I believe that upon completion of MBBS degree from University of Cyberjaya, a student could go for their maybe USMLE exam, or maybe their.
Already few of our overseas students, they qualified for part 1 and part 2 USMLE exam. One student already working in UK, he has completed CLAB, and Australian Medical Council, even they can sit from Malaysia. So
Yeah.
that is not a problem.
So do your faculty provides any coaching or any suggestions on these exams, the professional exams?
Actually, the way we teach our student from semester 1 onward, because most of the lecturer, we know the syllabus and we ourselves follow the syllabus of all those qualifying exam. So automatically, if they sit part 1 after first professional exam, passing rate is almost 80%. However, once they finish their MBBS program, if they are free, they can take 1 month, 1.5 months, some coaching tuitions are nearby in Kuala Lumpur. They can take it. It's not mandatory, but maybe it can be helpful for them.
To go for their part 2 exams.
Yes, part 1. After first professional exam,
Okay.
part 1.
Part 1. Okay.
When they finish final professional exam, they can sit for part 2.
Part 2.
For part 3, they have to go to Australia.
Yeah.
But now there is a change in Australian rules. I would like to share it. Students, if they complete part 2 exam from Singapore, they can be already GP doctor in Australia.
Oh,
Nowadays, they exempted the part 3 exam. Even with the part 1 and part 2, they can work in Australia as a general practitioner. Salary, I think per day, 1,000 Australian dollars.
Wow.
If they can qualify.
I wish I could be a doctor back if I could turn the time back.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it is. It is. I would say these 5 years are really challenging and really hard work for the students, but for sure it pays off. I mean, you really get to know and you get really respected, and especially if we are talking about our subcontinent or we are talking about Asia, then doctors are really respected profession, and
God,
you can't deny that.
they say next to God.
Next to God, exactly. And especially during this pandemic, we have seen that after God, a person who can or save your life is doctors, because the one thing you could see is only doctors are saving you and your family during this pandemic. Excuse me.
Right.
And then I would say that especially this pandemic also have enlightened us and shows us what is the real value of doctors, what is the real value of medicine courses, allied health sciences courses.
And actually,
Everyone
I
was
would like to
enlightened.
add some of the factor here.
Yeah.
During my student time, Indian professors, even, Pakistan, they won Nobel Prize long ago. India won Nobel Prize. Bangladesh people also, they won Nobel Prize. So previously they used to thought their medical education probably better than Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia. But now in COVID time, you see how they manage it.
Exactly.
And how so self-obsessed country they are struggling. I'm not blaming, but we have to really acknowledge slowly they have developed the excellence. Slowly, the Malaysian medical syllabus is very alike like Australian syllabus. I'm working in this country for 10 years, so I know already how slowly they adapting, they are bringing the syllabus so close with the developed country. It might not be very similar to the USA, but very close to Australia.
Yes, it is indeed. And this is what we are looking forward, that maybe in a couple of years, Malaysia would be the largest education hub in Asia after like Oceania and
Yes, pretty soon I think they will be
yes,
competitor for UK market and Australia market
it is.
in
It
next
is.
5 years time.
It is. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And this is because of like all few factors, I would say, is affordability. One, that is the major
Very
factor,
important.
very important. And then the lifestyle, and with really good culture, and all
And
those.
actually, I would like to add for parents who have the daughter. Malaysia is a Muslim country.
Yeah.
A restricted kind of social security level is very high, and they will be absolutely threat free.
Yeah.
Whoever they have the daughters, we have many students from Middle East. They feel even more homely here.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a modern Muslim country with 100% ensuring the social security.
I totally agree with you. You're
Yeah.
right. And this is what mostly I always encourage when I go and counsel parents or students, and I say that it just that is not something like other. It's very safe, and it has been also ranked. Kuala Lumpur also has ranked like one of the peaceful
And there is
countries.
another beauty, like if you consider Thailand, economically probably it not much behind of Malaysia, but the English speakability. If
Yes,
you
you're right.
compare these reasons, the Malaysian education is 100% on English. The communication, social communication, 100% in English. So there is no sign of stress, struggles when you are here. Even some of the cosmopolitan cities in Southeast Asian countries, mega cities, most of the people they're English speaking,
Yeah.
because students nowadays encouraged to go to English versions of schools. So as they're doing schooling in English in their home country, so once they come here, it's almost like a Europe, but you are paying almost 1/4 of European universities. And actually, for it's not all about business and selling the product. It's all about also as a human contribution. Malaysia can be a great platform. Come and take your bachelor degree in an affordable price. Then you excel yourself, you migrate to other better countries.
This is what it is. Like you get a quality of education and with affordable price, and you make it as a bridge and go for your fellowship, you go for your postgraduate in all those countries which is everyone is preferred. And it's just going to save you a lot of cost and a lot of hesitations, because
Yeah,
in those countries you need time to pick up because the culture is totally opposite. However, Malaysia has a very blending culture with all of our countries which we are talking right now.
yeah,
So it's a good idea. Yeah.
true.
So currently, I just wanted to ask, last thing, currently, what would be the ratio of international students studying for MBBS course, maybe the recent batch?
Normally, we preserve 30% of our seat,
Okay,
30%. So if
30%.
you have 100 students, 100 students, 70 should be local, 30 should be international. And you'll be surprised to know actually most of our international students from Middle East, either non-NRI Middle Eastern or in from Jordan, from some other Gulf countries. Arabs are coming more.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And then what is like what uh, if I put in a small nutshell that what is the is what batch is this which will be graduating? Like how many batches have been graduated for MBBS?
12 batch already completed the graduation.
12 batch already
Yeah,
completed the
already
graduation.
completed.
That's really great,
Yeah.
and it makes it like it's a really good
Yeah. And
period.
more, they are in a market for so long.
Wow, that's
From
that's really
2005.
experienced thing and all and everything. All right. Once again, thank you, Dr. Jahid, for a wonderful conversation in the end and giving us a really great insight. And before I just wanted to add, end this conversation. You have something to say to our audience?
Yeah, thank you very much, Brother Abrar. So I would just like to welcome them. And seeing is believing. You can Google us. You can find in any of the social media platform to really get to know our program. If you're planning for MBBS, please try to choose a university who have niche and full concentration on medical science. So it really carry a lot of value, and also be very careful with the hospital posting. There are a lot of universities who only place you in city for 2 years, year one and year two, and year three onward you have to be placed in a very far a village area. And if you outside the city, the biggest problem is the language, because in the city, in capital, most of the people are English speaking. So when you are doing your hospital training, this small matter can cause a big impact on your study. While I was working in other places, I experienced this story. Student well prepared for the exam, and unfortunately, their patient was not a English speaking person. So they have to really pay a price for that. So that is the one of the beauty for Cyberjaya. So everything within 10 square kilometers, students have the fantastic facilities of getting education and training with the best hands in the country. So I think saying so, that's all for me, and I will be waiting to welcome any student from your side.
All right. Thank you again. And thank you everyone for being with us with this and listening to what we have discussed. And I'm sure it has cleared a lot of questions and, all those blurredness in your mind before proceeding and going for your MBBS career. I know it is very challenging and it takes time
Demanding.
to,
Yeah, it's very demanding.
it's very demanding and it takes time for you to analyze and choose and then initiate your career. So please do contact us, and if you need any further clarification or if you need any further consultation on MBBS program or any other health science program offered by University of Cyberjaya, we will be really we will be really grateful to assist you on that. And we are looking forward for your applications, your questions, and then in the end, just I would like to say that everyone be safe and be healthy, and wish all of us luck and pray in this holy month. And yes, and we get over with this pandemic soon, so that at least, because there are some student and parents, they want to come as a tourist and know the university and then plan to do it. So I'm really looking forward that we get over this with pandemic, and I get, or my team get, a chance to explain and to
You
show
are
you.
most welcome. You
Yes.
can be my personal guest, as we have the some connectivity. So please be my guest here. I'll be more than honored for that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jahid, for this opportunity. And once again, thank you. And good night. And yes, good night, Dr. Jahid, and stay
Thank you
safe.
so much, brother Abrar. See you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
See you, inshallah.
Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.